Hello, my friends. My name is Raymond. I wanted to make a quick video on the Confederate flag issue. This is really simple. It's as usual. Racist people nowadays are racism deniers. They deny that they're racist. That's the new "I'm a racist." There is no racism. So they call the Confederate flag Southern pride. Let me tell you what the Confederate flag is. The Confederate flag was a battle flag of of the Confederate Army. It was not the Confederate flag, actually. It was just a battle flag. And people want to say, no, it stands for Southern pride and all that stuff. Listen to me. The reason the Civil War in this country was fought was because the South did not want to give up their slaves. They owned a gazillion black people. They raped their daughters at will. They murdered them when they didn't follow orders. They beat them up. Actually, that it wasn't financially wise to kill them. So if they try to escape, they'll chop off half of their foot, or chop off limbs and stuff. Well, they could still work, but you can't run anymore. This was terrorism. A total of Dr. Henry Louis, he says that the estimate of African slaves kidnapped stolen from Western Africa is about 12.7 million into the Americas, all North, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. Brazil alone took 4.6 million. About almost 2 million of them died in the journey from Africa to the Americas. That genocide does not get any publicity. Nobody has ever heard of that. Okay, you probably will never hear of it because it's not in the best interest of the so-called education system in this country. It's whitewashed. Nobody wants to hear that history. So you bring him to a country, you enslave them, you sell them, you breed them like dogs for certain labors that you want them done. For 400 years, you use them as your industrial machines. And the funny part is that all this right-wing Republican Christian, because let's call them what they are, they're Republican, they're Christian, and they're right-wing. Okay? All of them. All of this racism deniers. All of these people that say that the old Dixie is Southern pride. All these people, their ancestors for 400 years, they were the real parasites in this country. They lived off the labor of black people, African slaves and their descendants. They fed them. They built their roads. They built everything. The whole infrastructure of the South was built by black people for 400 years, man. And now they got the nerve to call black people welfare, recipients and all this stuff, and bums and criminals and thugs, What a bunch of fucking hypocrites, So they go to war with this flag. This flag stands for, I want the right to own another human because they're black skinned, and I want the right to do with them as I please. Kill them, rape their daughters, their sons, you name it, do the worst atrocities. And I don't want to pay for the 2 million that died crossing the Atlantic from West Africa. One of the largest genocides in human history. And you still call that flag the Confederate flag, the old Dixie, you still call it Southern pride token? You consider that a symbol of Southern pride. The sole purpose of going to this flag was to go to war, to keep humans enslaved. When the war was over, this thing disappeared. You want to know when it was brought back? When the civil rights movement started. So all the Southern racist pieces of shit in all the Congresses and the lawmakers in the South and Southern states, they started flying their flags saying basically, fuck you, we're not going to change. I don't care what the law says, you're still a nigger, and we don't want you here, and we're the ones who hold the power here. I don't care about any war, any nothing. That's when it started flying again, that flag. Okay, yes, the Ku Klux Klan and other terrorist organization, which is exactly what the Ku Klux Klan is, a terrorist right-wing organization. When they started, they also flew that flag. And there were such fucking pussies that, and there's still a bunch of fucking pussies. You can lick my nuts, all of you motherfucking Ku Klux Klan pieces of shit. You know, you're a dying breed, and I can't fucking wait till you all fucking drop dead. All of yous. You know, you ain't worth a shit. You know? Okay? You're trash until you change. I don't think these people have the balls to change. But if those people, the only way they'll have some respect for them, if they get the balls to stand up and say, you know what, I'm doing something fucked up. I'm being a piece of shit. I'm going to stop being a piece of shit, and I'm going to start acknowledging that all humans are equal. We're born equal, all of us. You know, then I'll have some respect. But as it is right now, there's people supporting this Ku Klux Klans and this racism deniers and this people that say that the you know, if you have the information and you know the history of that flag, there is no way you can say that is Southern pride. There is no way. If having the information about what that flag stands for and stood for and will always stand for, you still think that's Southern pride, hey, guess what? You're a piece of shit. You know? There's no way around it, man. You know? Basically, you're saying that the flag that stood for the biggest act of terrorism in human history, slavery, okay? Because that's what it is. You know? The flag that stood, that people went to war for, and killed 620,000 people died in the Civil War. 620,000 people died, killed each other, so that humans could be treated equally, so that humans weren't enslaved by other humans, so that humans wouldn't enslave other humans and rape their daughters and not have any justice. You know, and all the atrocities that we still see on the TV, the police killing black people at a rate of 21 to 1 when it's compared to white people, you know, and you still think that that's Southern pride. There's something wrong with you, you know. You know, this asshole who went into the to that church, those elderly people in that church, because most of them were, well, you know, older people, elders of the community, you know, respected, nice people, you know. You know, I'm an atheist, but that doesn't mean I don't respect people. You know, there's good people most of the people in the churches are good. It's unfortunate that the churches, the leaders are a bunch of assholes, you know. And I don't agree with their mythology, but that's their right. That doesn't give anybody a right. And here's the other asshole saying he was, you know, religiously motivated. Fuck you, Fox News, pieces of shit. It was racially motivated. This guy, you know, couldn't be more KKK, you know. But if you're tough and you want to kill black people, okay, say I'm a racist. I'm gonna go get my gun. I'm gonna go in the toughest fucking neighborhood in Harlem, in Compton, in LA. Yeah, baby, come on, go to Miami, to the black neighborhood, where all the boys are out in force and everybody's packing heat. You know, go to the Jamaican sector, go to the Puerto Rican sector, and go to Puerto Rico. You hate Puerto Ricans too? Come on, baby. Come on to the project in Puerto Rico. Let's see how racist you are. You know, come packing heat. We're fucking waiting for you. See, these people are fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. They go to a place where they know these people are peaceful. These are good people. You know, what tough is that? You want to be tough? Go out there. Go out there in Harlem. Go out there in Compton. You know, pull a gun and try to start killing black people. See if you get one shot out. See if you can get one shot out. Hey, at least I have the respect to say, you know what? He went after the baddest motherfucker in the neighborhood. He didn't go after the little old lady in a church. You know, see, that's what that fucking flag stands for. And the fact that the organizations who are flying that flag nowadays are a bunch of racist, extremist, terrorist organizations like the KKK and all the, you know, white supremacists, you know, trash. You know, what does that say? Is that when they say, oh, they're desecrating that flag of the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is inherently dirty. It stands for slavery. Period. You don't see that the Germans flying Nazi flags saying it's German pride, you know. No, they know what that thing stood for, you know. They know exactly what that stood for, you know. So, you know, do a little bit of soul searching, but you ain't fooling nobody with that fucking argument that is Southern pride. You know, if your pride is shit, hey, you're shit. You know, there's a lot of stuff to be proud of when it comes to Southern history, the music, the art. There's so much food, you name it. You know, there's a lot of things that the Southern people can be proud of. But God damn it, it ain't that fucking flag.